and the control number is 2. You see such serial numbers on C containers. Wagons are also loading units and they must have labels indicating what can be done through them. Right. The figures you see at the top, or the alphabet you see at the top, A, B, C, and then the S on the side can be interpreted as, if you are using an A class line, you know there's class A, class B, class C, class D. If you are using a wagon with this inscription on it, on A class, then remember you cannot load the wagon beyond 39.0 tons. If you are using the same wagon with this label and it is being used on rail line class B, then you can increase the weight of cargo to 47. If it is class C, which is higher, then it means you can weigh what? Load up to 55.0 tons. That is what it means. And the S on the side indicates the maximum speed that this weight of cargo being put into this wagon on such a line can do. For example, S would stand for instance, the maximum speed of 100 kilometers per hour. So you can go, the wagon may have S or any other alphabet that would give you what you can actually do. So the alphabet ABC stands for the rail line class. If it is class A, the maximum weight that a typical wagon can carry is up to 39 tons. And the same wagon may be used on class B, and that will increase the tonnage to 47. If the same wagon is used on class C, which is a higher class, then the wagon may be loaded up to 55 tons. So that is the maximum loads indicated on there. And depending on the rail line class used, the maximum speed that the train can travel is indicated by an alphabet. And in this case, we have an S there. At the bottom of it, there is 21 RIV. The RIV indicates what? The exchange method for it. There's a special exchange method for wagons that are used to carry freight, and exchange method for passenger coaches and all that. So the 21 is the code for RIV in use here. Beneath that, you will see 51 PKP. 51 is the code for Polish National Railway. PKP stands for Polish National Railway. So 51 PKP, even if you miss out the code, which is 51, PKP is there for you to know which national railway owns that wagon. And on the extreme right, some national railway lines are listed there. 51 PKP, Polish Railway, 70 is BR, that stands for what? British Rail. So the code for British Rail is 70. The code for Deutsche Bahn, the German railway, is 81. The code for the Italian railway, FS, is 83. The code for Netherlands railways is what? 84. And the emblem is NS. 87 is for French National Railway, and their emblem is or acronym is SNCF. That's the fastest type of rail that you can find in France. Regarding the serial number, and in this case we have 153 space 0 space 099 -2. The -2 is the control number, just as we have in C containers. It's called the control number, right? The 153 stands for the type of wagon being used. The 099 is the current number of the wagon being used. The control number is 2. So you see there is space between 153 and the 0 in the middle, and then there's space between that 0 and the second 099. The type of wagon 153, the current number of which changes with time is 099, and the control number is 2. So when the figures are combined, that's what gives you the serial number of the wagon. Just as we have container numbers, they are not just conjured, they are established using a particular template. So it is possible to determine whether a container has a fudged serial number or a wagon has a fudged serial number. This is a way in which international security or Interpol can determine whether contraband goods are being carried on either a wagon or sea containers. A formula for working out to confirm whether the serial numbers are right shown below in the slide. In this example, the number or the serial number used is 21511530099, and the control number is 2. Now, all that you do is multiply through that number, that serial number, by digits 2 and 1. You begin with digit 2 for the first digit in the serial number. Here we have 2155, so the first digit will be 2. So you begin with digit 2 under the first number. It follows with 1, followed by 2121. So it's in the form 2121, just as in computing binary numbers 1010 is used to write a program. Here it is 21212121 up to the last number in the serial number. Nothing is put under the control number. So we have 21212121, 5 of them under 21511530009 and 9. What you do is you multiply the top one by the bottom one. So 2 multiplied by 2 is 4. 1 multiplied by 1 is 1. 5 multiplied by 2 is 10. So you write the full 10 there, but you don't spread it to either left or right. Keep it under the 2 digits 5 and 2. 1 multiplied by 1 is 1. 5 multiplied by 1 is 5. 3 multiplied by 2 is 6. 0 multiplied by 1 is 0. 0 multiplied by 2 is 0. 9 multiplied by 1 is 9, and then 9 multiplied by the digit on your right hand side is 18. So you see the 18 is placed there. You leave out the control number. What you need to do is add up all the what you got out of the multiplications. Here we have 4, 1, 10, 1, 2, 5, 6, 0, 0, 9, 18. So 4 plus 1 plus 1 plus 0 plus 1 plus 2 plus 5 plus 6 plus 6 plus 0 plus 0 plus 9 plus, when you get to the number in tens, for instance 10 or 18, add them by the digits. So in the 10 you realize that I only added 1 and I added 0. So for the 18 I'm adding 1 and I'm adding 8. That is how you do it. In the multiplication you put it there as it is, but when it comes to the addition you add them digit by digit. The sum of all those numbers that I've mentioned there adds up to what? 38. 38. Right. So you see here that when you round up 38 to the last 10, it gives you 40. If we had 27, we'll round up to the 10, so it will be 30. So the control number for the addition, if it were 27, would be 3. Here we had 38. So if it's rounded up to the next 10, it will be 40. So that is why the control number is 2. So by this calculation, you know that the serial number of the wagon is correct. It's not fudged. If it were, say, if he had added up to 56, then rounded up to the next 10 will be 60, and the difference there will be 4. So the control number should have been 4. But people outside the industry are not aware of this. So when this is an intelligence information, and I'm telling you this because you are forwarders. It's only meant to protect you. In case you have to work on a container or a wagon, you can protect your own interest by first finding out, using this computation to find out whether the serial number of that wagon or container makes it, a proper or a genuine wagon that you are dealing with or not. If you do not get the proper control number, depending on how you work this computation, then please be very careful. You know that probably someone has changed something. That is what happens on the high seas when criminals use containers to transport uh, counterfeit goods or illegal goods. They might change a digit or two, and that would change the whole container number. So the security details will look and look and look. They will come to the port and search through the containers. They may never found it, just because when the serial number will be different. But for you, a forwarder, you should be able to know what is happening. If the control number on the wagon or the container is not right, then you begin to be suspicious about it. Find out whether this is really a genuine loading unit or not. It may be that criminal people have had something to do with it. This brings us to the end of this video.